most happy fall to you. I'm actually grateful that this summer is past. I have a complicated relationship with summer. On the upside, we don't have to bundle up to go outside. We can go swimming in the Great Lake that surrounds the island where I live, and my gardens are usually at their most vibrant. However, I live in an area that can also get very hot and muggy and is prone to drought during the summer months. Good morning, welcome back. I'm going to show you how to bag a jacket. So if you've never seen or heard of that, now you'll know. So when you make a coat, you make two coats actually, and they're sewn together already, so I can't really show you the two separate pieces. But you make a lining and you make the outer shell. And then you do something called bagging it, which means literally turning it inside out. So I've attached the sleeves and I've attached all around the coat. So you leave a gap. Where is it? It was just here. You leave a gap inside one of the sleeves, and what I'm going to start doing is turning the coat right side out. And honestly, I don't make a lot of coats, so I'm hoping that I've done this correctly. It's a bit tricky, but I'm going to just sit here and work on this. And I'll show you the reveal at the end because it's gonna take a few minutes. You gotta kind of force it through this. This whole coat is gonna be forced through that little gap in the sleeve. So I started again because I was trying to shove everything through the armhole of the sleeve. It wasn't working, so I'm gonna try a new approach and bring the body through first. Let's see what happens. It's working much better. I don't do this often enough to remember what the best way to do it is. Looks like I did it right. Yay! I wasn't sure there actually. It's now a coat. I still have to do a few details. It needs to get a little edge stitching around where the two pieces meet and sewing buttons on. I think that's about it, and I'll try it on later in the video so you can see the finished results, but I think I like it. There we go. Besides finishing my jacket, I'm also going to be making some more of these little birds. I make them in a whole bunch of different sizes, and they're just decorative. It's funny because I make mostly functional pieces. I really like pottery that somebody can use in their daily life, but these are purely decorative and they're one of my best sellers. So I'm going to be making more of these, finishing the coat, and just talking to you about some of the challenges or little difficulties that I've had over the summer. I'm an avid gardener. I haven't really talked much about that on this channel yet because, to be honest, it's been a really depressing year for gardening. I'm getting past it now because I know that the rains will come, but we've been in a severe drought all summer and my gardens have struggled so much. I don't grow vegetables anymore. We're actually a local pickup spot for an organic like those veggie boxes that you can get, and they're fantastic. So I realized over a few years that they do it better than I do, and I don't love growing vegetables. I used to think that I liked growing vegetables, but having to start from scratch every year over and over just didn't fuel me, didn't bring me joy. So I decided that the things that I love most are the things that I plant and I can watch grow, and it's sort of like I consider my gardens a living work of art where I'm always changing things and moving things around as things are filling in and becoming more established, and it's just super fun. And I don't get that with a veggie garden. Kudos to you if you love vegetable gardening. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's so important to know how to grow your own food and to be able to do it. But I just realized it didn't bring me joy. I just felt like I was always weeding and then starting from scratch every year. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my disappointments with my garden, because as beautiful as everything looks in the shots that I've shown you so far, I'm going to show you some not so beautiful shots of the property today as well. I know we all have disappointments in our life, so we get past them, but in the moment they are kind of I don't know, just discouraging. So we'll talk about that. I'll make the birds, I'll finish the jacket, and just share a little bit of our life with you. I really hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you towards the end of it. This past summer, we have been experiencing an extreme drought. Every day the sun beat down in a cloudless sky, and the heat felt oppressive. We spent most days inside, only able to be comfortable outdoors in the very early morning or at night, both of which are times when the mosquitoes are most active. Although the heat and biting insects have thankfully subsided, the rains have yet to come. The gardens that normally bring me so much joy have been a stress to keep alive. Sadly, I have lost many established trees this year. Seedlings that I had lovingly planted across our 5 acres of land and watched grow for over a decade have succumbed to the dry conditions and are burnt to a crisp. As difficult as this summer has been for gardening, I am also amazed by the trees, shrubs, and perennials that are thriving despite the harsh conditions. I'm in awe at the fact that many things that look dead now will miraculously bounce back in the spring to try again. When the rains do come, the lushness will return. I am always humbled by the resilience of nature and how those that inhabit this planet have developed the capacity to withstand such harsh conditions. As a potter and as a human living on this earth, I am no stranger to disappointment. I have lost many kiln loads of pottery, weeks of work thrown in the garbage because the kiln didn't fire properly. Pottery has been an excellent teacher in non-attachment and keeping expectations realistic. As disappointing as it has been to lose established trees, pottery pieces, and all of life's other small losses, I find there is always a sense of hope and renewal that follows. I will get back on the wheel and throw new pieces. I will plant new trees and I will keep going. This too shall pass. Disappointment can be an opportunity to take stock and make beneficial changes, or it can simply be an invitation to grow the capacity to withstand challenging times. After a period of grief, I'm looking forward to what comes next. I will be reworking some of my garden spaces, focusing on planting native and drought-tolerant species. I will build up the naturally shallow soil and apply deep layers of mulch for water retention. Nature doesn't live in fear of disappointment. She evolves during times of stress, grows deeper roots, sheds leaves early to conserve moisture, develops an even stronger capacity to withstand hard times, and she always comes back to try again. a part of the garden here that is thriving, and I honestly haven't touched it all summer. And I'm really making note of what these plants are. I'm going to be dividing them and seeding more of them in the future. I also know that the ground here is much deeper and it's really well mulched. So those are factors I'm going to take into consideration. Also, it's near the house. So I've noticed the things that have been near the house I've been able to tend to much better. We have 5.5 acres of land, and a lot of the trees that I've lost are far away from the house because I haven't been able to water them. We're also on a well, so I really can't water very much. We do collect rainwater, but we used that all up months and months and months ago. And then we've been draining all our bath water onto different trees and shrubs just to keep them alive. So it's been a lot, but we have kept a lot alive, and I really need to focus on what is still thriving and flourishing, and also having a little bit of sadness over what we've lost. I think it is important to acknowledge that sadness. These were living things, and they obviously struggled and suffered and died, and that's really sad. And I don't want to have that happen again, so I'm really going to be conscious of planting drought-tolerant varieties up near the house where I can care for them, and then letting the rest of the property just be wild. Whatever makes it. But I won't be planting more things far from the house that aren't drought-tolerant. And we are expecting rain tomorrow, so fingers crossed that happens. It's actually starting to cloud over a little bit now, which is lovely. But I also know to manage my expectations, because we often get forecasted rain and it doesn't happen. It disappears before it gets here, or it goes just north of us or just south of us. And I think managing expectations is huge. And then the other part is just resiliency and moving forward. I don't know if you noticed in the video that my daughter was unraveling my Oslo hat. I got about halfway through it and I realized it was going to be way too tight. So instead of progressing on with the pattern, I decided to tear it all out and start again from scratch. So sometimes that's just what you have to do. Oh, the dog is, thank you, Flower. She knocked into the tripod. And anyway. So yeah, just starting from scratch is just sometimes what needs to be done, and that's okay too. So I'd love to hear about some of your disappointments. What are you struggling with right now? What ways are you managing that disappointment? Has it been a period of grieving and then reassessing and moving forward? Anyway, I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you very soon. Bye. As always, if you're curious about the clothes I'm wearing in this video, I'll leave the links below to the patterns in the description box. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.